girls, today we're going to continue to work with prefixes, and we're going to continue to work with a specific several prefixes here. Remember, a prefix is a part of a word that is put in front of a root word, and it gives that word a new meaning. So here you have two prefixes. You have two separate prefixes. You have un and you have non, but both of those prefixes mean not. So you have untie and nonfiction. Those are two examples. Did you untie your shoe before you took it off? Nonfiction. My teacher asked me to read a nonfiction book. So that means not a fiction book. Then you have re. Re means again. For example, redo and retry. My teacher asked me to redo my work because it wasn't in my neatest handwriting. So your teacher asked you to do it again. Then you have retry. I decided to retry that level on the video game because I knew I could do better. Then the last one we're going to work with today is pre. And pre means before, like preheat and preview. I had to preheat the oven before I put the pizza in. And then preview. My teacher asked me to preview the text before we read it. All right, boys and girls, these are your prefixes that you're going to work with today. Now, I'm going to explain your activity a little bit because there are three parts to this activity. Part one, at the very top of the activity, you need to match the prefix with its meaning. So it's going to ask you, what does re mean? You're going to draw a line to match the prefix with the meaning. Then, part two, at the bottom, you are going to have a bunch of root words, and then you're going to have some prefixes on the side. You're going to use the drag and drop tool to move the prefix to make a correct word. So you're going to match it with a root word to make a correct word that has a real meaning. So you might have to play around with it a little bit because remember, some root words could have more than one prefix and it make a real word. So drag and drop the prefixes to make your new words. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use the microphone tool. This is part three. You're going to use the microphone tool, and I want you to give me one sentence with either un or non, and then I want one sentence with re and one sentence with pre. So you're going to have a word with either un or non and use that in a sentence. You're going to have a word with re and use that in a sentence, and a word with pre in it and use that in a sentence. So you should have three sentences that you're going to record yourself saying with the mic tool. All right, boys and girls, I can't wait to see your responses. Let me know if you have any questions.